Both boats trying to get an advantage. Menninger bringing the bow down over the top of Canfield. Menninger will need to roll. We can see there the committee boat coming into view. Canfield looking to accelerate. Menninger trying to get over the top. Needs to get down so he can waste the time. There he goes, down and under. Canfield immediately essing up as Menninger tries to come up to respond. Now he will get that penalty right out of the blocks, but it's important that he either has to cross behind, has to make sure he's not boxed out at the start here. 30 seconds to go. Canfield bringing the bow down. There, a big luff from Menninger. I wonder if Canfield did enough. There around the top, Canfield diving down. There's the pre-start, 20 seconds to go. Canfield actually a little early as Menninger comes up onto his stern. So right on the line, Canfield really early, 6 seconds to go. Menninger bringing the bow down. He's going to be able to build speed first as we approach the final gun. It is Taylor Canfield, looked almost over there as Menninger comes in underneath. All penalties cleared now. Menninger able to just start clear behind. That's all he had to do to offset his penalty. And what a start from the American. He also has grabbed control from Canfield a little bit. Menninger on the inside, Canfield above, in across the top, but they're not going around the mark. Menninger says, no, we're going to carry on reaching all the way to the bottom corner. Canfield is the key clear boat as they turn down potentially into the jibe, and it's Canfield through. Menninger then with the unfurl. Canfield first to unfurl again, but Menninger now bringing the bow down, pointing at the bottom gate. Canfield appealing that Menninger didn't do enough to keep clear. But at the moment, it is the young American team that is out in front. I think penalties all clear. We'll see as they come up to the gate. Menninger the first to furl away, all nice and under control. Canfield trying to keep him under pressure, but rounding right on his stern off to the right-hand side. Menninger with a penalty. That's tough from the umpires.
Okay, bearing away here. Bearing away, reaching, standby tack.
As they sail off now, he has to get 2 lengths behind.
6 lengths to the boundary. Okay, tacking here.
2 boat lengths clear behind. This is perhaps the opportunity for him to do it. There's the tack. Now that flag should come down when the umpires think they've done it. There it goes.
Standby tack.
I think Canfield lucky to inflict that penalty in the end.
2, 1, tacking.
But now we have a split. Menninger coming off to this exclusion, up and through the tack. Canfield already sailing off to the left-hand side in the green. Now Canfield's turn to tack. The game of pinballs continues as these boats bounce off the exclusion zones on either side of the racecourse. Menninger trying to find a way back into this match. He's been so fast through the qualifying rounds. Qualified in what was actually just a qualifying event in the build-up to this series. And then coming through in emphatic form. But it is Canfield, the 2015 M32 champion, that's out in front in this one, having inflicted 2 penalties on Menninger. 1 in the pre-start and then 1 crucially at the jibe point on the first run.
Kind of high mode for ley line. Can we get there?
Menninger tucking up in the top left-hand corner as Canfield tacks on the right of the racetrack. Now he should lay the top gates from here. Through they come, both boats coming back together, and I think Menninger has made a small gain. I think, oh, hang on. Menninger's going to have to do another tack, not quite on ley line.
Why am I slow right now?
Canfield actually a long way ahead.
Standby tacking in 2, 1, tacking now.
And round he goes, the US Virgin Islander.
And I believe change boat is on the case there. Change boat, can you confirm that, please?
Can we do a straight set? Standby, deploy.
Round he goes. Menninger to follow. Canfield now starting to dominate this match.
He's big, Travis.
One less tack.
Everything, stop trimming. Wait up.
And as the pressure has come on, it seems like Menninger and 1850 Racing just slightly struggling.
A lot of main sheet in.
Canfield under control out in front, showing them all how it's done in the Channel 10 boat.
Easy on the trim.
Great footage from the drone as Canfield comes through his final jibe into the bottom gate. I expect we'll see him round that right-hand mark as we look downwind. Off to the left-hand side of the racetrack.
Yeah, full drive.
Canfield continuing to dominate.
Driving in 3, 2, 1, and driving.
Look at that.
Stand by furl. 2, 1.
An absolute masterclass in M32 sailing. Canfield continuing to dominate this match as Menninger rounds behind. Off to the left-hand side. And the sun is baking down. The crowd's just continuing to flood down to Fort Adams here.
1, attacking.
This is truly one of the spiritual homes of sailing, not just in the United States, but across the world. Probably the forefather of modern match racing, with its domination of the America's Cup Racing Series for such a long time, and wanting to sail Newport and to have match racing right in on the harbour. With the arrival of this M32 series, we do have the racing right inside the beating heart of what is one of the most prominent sailing venues all around the world. In a fitting spot really to have really one of the biggest world championships in sailing decided. Canfield dominating this match and his progression through the competition thus far. We in the Super 16 rounds, so by the end of today we will be down to only 8 teams, or certainly at the end of this Super 16 round.
Trap down more, I think.
Less than 1 minute to
Okay, stand by, tack. 3,
So Canfield around the top, on to the final run.
holding 2.
Down he goes, burying the bow. Canfield just keeping control, having to actually flare the spinnaker, dumping that windward hull in and then turning down for the exclusion. It all happens really fast in these M32s. But Canfield back under control, turning down through the turn and coming onto the run.
I think we'll do a jibe set. Jibe set. So Sam, come up after you're done with that. Wrap in, come up.
In comes Menninger into the top.
Okay, stand by, bear away and deploy. Wait aft. Guys, wait aft. Okay, stand by, deploying in 2, 1.
Getting ready to deploy, down they go. On board with Menninger.
down to the 4-minute signal in 5, 4, 3.
Down he comes. Taylor Canfield ever closer to
Wait after.
going 1-0 up in this first match of the Super 16 round. Two penalties, one in the pre-start,
10,
one down the run, and it was the second really that inflicted
2,
the death blow to
1,
Menninger.
driving now.
And Canfield in at the bottom gate through that turn, and it's just a short dash for the finish for Canfield in the Channel 10 boat, heading for the line and 1-0 up in this match.
Starboard 7-4, over. Correct.
Okay, furling in 3, 2.
So Taylor Canfield coming through the line to take this crucial win.